So welcome everybody. So let's just take a moment to tune in. Close your eyes. Nice deep breath in, have a sigh out. And again, breath in. Once more. Lovely. Now bring your hand to your heart space. And I want you to just set an intention for the duration of the class. We're going to step out of time. Okay, so we're going to bring the hand up to the 8th chakra. Open the palms to the sky and bring it out over you. So this brings us into out of time and space. And then we're going to bring it over each other. So even the people who are online, so there's 15 online. There's many in here, can't count you all. So now we bring it over everybody else. So we form this space where we practice outside of time. Okay, so even if you're watching this on a replay, breathe in. Good. And just feel your connection to everybody else and just bring that light over them. And then left hand on the heart space, right hand to Mother Earth. Again, just connecting in. Breathe in for a count of 4. Slight pause at the top. And exhale for 6 or more. And get that sense of releasing, letting go, surrendering on the exhalation. And just feeling your body, mind, emotions, dropping into relaxation response. Bring the right hand to the 2nd chakra. So remember, the 2nd chakra is the chakra that is connected directly into the adrenal glands and the kidneys. So we use this method of breathing, it's called decoupling, to switch off the fight and flight response. And we're actually often in it without realizing it. So as you exhale, imagine bringing this calm energy from the heart space, pour it down the right arm. So our arms and our hands are directly connected to the heart. And let it come into the 2nd chakra and just mentally say to yourself and to the 2nd chakra, you are safe. It's okay to relax. And just scanning the body, noticing that residual energy of busyness that we have, of having to do, always having lists. And just imagine them dissolving just for this moment that we are here. And be fully present, allowing yourself to totally switch off from the outside world, from responsibilities, letting it all go. Just feeling yourself dropping into the now. Often we, especially in the modern world, we're so busy. We're programmed to believe that we have to achieve, we have to succeed, rather than just being. And when we be, we realise that everything gets done that needs to be done. And you find an old to-do list that maybe you did last year. And you realise that you maybe ticked 2 of them off this very long list, but actually the rest didn't really matter that much. So just letting go of that busyness and seeing if you can find stillness. So we can find stillness even in needing to do things, because of course we need to do things in order to pay the bills. But we also can find stillness in movement. And I want you to feel that in both of these chakras, this sense of stillness, silence, and spaciousness. So sometimes even in yoga classes, we traditionally, particularly in the West, have to fill it with movement and postures. And actually, this stillness, the pauses, are so vital in life. Lovely, releasing. We're going to come round into cat. So we're going to actually start the asana from cat today. Do a little circle on your ankles if you need to from the sitting position. So we're going to use the breath to find stillness. So we're not going to use a count, but I want you to fully inhale in each movement that we do throughout class. Notice a pause for however long you want to notice that pause, and then exhale. And again, notice the pause, because it's the pauses that are really vital. So when you're ready, inhaling. Exhaling. Let's bring the right leg into tiger. Inhale. Exhale. Notice if there is a tendency to rush. Feel the pauses. Let the pauses support you. Lovely. Let's switch sides. Inhaling and pausing. Exhaling and pausing. Lovely. Release. Breathe in, lift the left elbow, pause at the top. Breathe out, sweep it all the way under. Extend the right arm up and back. If it's too much for the shoulder, let the hand rest in the sacrum. And let's just work with the breath. So just witnessing the natural breath, breathing in, feeling that lovely pause at the top, and then that release as you exhale. And then again, the pause at the bottom of the breath. You come back to center. Have a breath in, lift the gaze. And breath out. Just really enjoying the pauses. Good. Right elbow comes up, pause at the top. Exhale. Settle into the breath. Remember, you can always place the hand in the sacrum if that feels better for your shoulder. And really search out those pauses. And notice when you observe the pause, you're totally supported by it. So this space that we find in the pauses is what the Tibetans call the Ma, the mother. And the Gu is the observer. So we're the observer of this energy. Lovely, back to center. Hands to the corner of the mat, knees a little bit further away. Let's pause with the heart space to the earth, but we'll do it dynamically. So inhale. Exhale, surrender the heart to the earth. Have a pause. And when you're ready to breathe in, lift up again. Inhale. Now this time, lower. Bring the elbows into Sphinx pose. So the elbows are directly under the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And press down through the palms and the forearms and pull the spine forwards. Feel the back muscles contracting. Lift the gaze, close the eyes. Breathe. Pause. And release. Push up. Let's come back into swan. So bottom fully back. Good. Come back up into cat. Exhale, down dog. Heel out the feet. Nice and slowly work with the breath pauses. Good. Now bend the knees so that the thighs come towards the belly. Push, really push the hands to the floor and lift the sit bones and swing the bottom from side to side. So you start to open the energy of the heart space through the ribs either side. Almost as if you're trying to place your hip into your armpit. So it's quite a big squeeze. Heel out the feet again. Good. Let's step the right leg through. Drop the knee down. Take the toes back. Inhale, sit the arms all the way up. Interlace the fingers. Good. Now you can either stay like this or we're going to do a dynamic movement. So do be cautious with your left knee. So take a breath in. Exhale. Arms come up and back. Inhale, back into the lunge. If you want a sort of a position in between, just use the hands here. Nice and slowly, still observing the pauses. And let's hold the stretch, bring the hands down. Lengthen the exhalation. Pauses support you with each breath. Come back up. Bring the left arm to the outer edge of the right leg and either stay here if that's enough or bring the elbow down. So you might want to readjust the foot, palms together, press. And let the movement rotate through the thoracic spine. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then tuck the back toes, bring the knee off the floor. Release. Step back into down dog. Heel out the feet nice and slowly. Good, let's come forwards into plank. We're going to drop the right knee, let the toes go back. Bring the left leg behind the right toes. Make sure the right hand's directly underneath the shoulder. If it's too much for the wrist, this right angle, do a fist. Sweep up. And I want you to take the left arm as far back as you can. So you're really opening the heart space. Activating the heart meridian that runs through the arms. Breath nice and steady. Find the pauses. If you want to be challenged a bit more with your balance, raise the left leg up. Push out through the heel, draw the toes towards you. Lovely, release, hand comes down. Let's go the other way, left knee down, right leg back. Just start off by stabilizing with the right arm extended. And then maybe extend the right leg, push out through the heel. Find the pauses in the breath. Lovely. And release. Let's lower down. Hands under the shoulders. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Let's push up and back. We're going to step through with the left leg. Drop the knee down, take the toes back, pad up the knee if you need to. Inhale. Work with the pauses. Notice particularly at the top of the inhale where you pause and you just observe the meat suit. And when you exhale, there's like a release. Really kind of feel into that. Good. So the dynamic movement, remember, you can always stay here, or you can also always put the hands on the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you want a little bit more balance as well, shift your lower leg across slightly. Good. Put the hand down. I've got a spider joining in with me today. Well, off you go. Good. Hold the stretch. Lovely. Come up. Now bring the right arm across into reverse prayer. Back knee off the floor if you want to go deeper. If you're working with the foot off the floor, make sure you're really pushing out through the back heel. Good. Release. Step back into plank. Take your feet a little bit wider. If you want to leave this section out because you're a bit tired, then that's absolutely fine. Just drop the knees and rest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So we're switching sides. And also you can also modify this by dropping the knees and doing the movement in cat. Lovely. Let's release, come all the way down. Bring the arms out to the side in line with the shoulders. I'm just being cautious. There's a little spider and I don't want to squish it. Okay. Turn the gaze to the left. Bend the left knee. Let's lift it all the way up and then roll. So you're dropping the foot over to the back of you. Lift up the left arm. Feel the pause. Exhale it into the sacrum. Good. Now, if you want to go a little bit deeper from the hand in the sacrum, and you've got no knee problems or hip or back or shoulder on the left side, then grab the toes. Feel that breath allowing you to release into this shape. Notice the resistance at the top of the thigh. So often our thighs hold a lot of stress because it's linked into the kidney line and that adrenal fatigue that we get from being constantly in fight and flight. Nice deep breath in, pause at the top. Let's have a sigh out for this one. And again, deep breath in, pause at the top. One more. They come back very slowly. Release. Let's go the other way. Left arm out. Turn the gaze to the right, bend the right knee, lift the knee, roll it back. The toes behind you. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale the arm into the sacrum. And only if there's no issues on the right side, grab the foot. Let's do 3 sighs. Very carefully release. We're just going to counterbalance that because it's a back bend. Push up and back. Come right onto the fingertips as if you've got a big orange or grapefruit underneath the hands. So you're stretching through the underarm, the front of the heart space. Breathe. Let's come back up, press back down again. I'm going to give you options. I'm going to modify up. So press down through the forearms. Make sure their elbows are underneath the shoulders. So we start in Sphinx pose. Pull the spine forwards and up. So you're drawing the heart space through. So make sure that the elbows aren't close in because then you can't draw anything through. So nice and wide. And then if it feels fine, I want you to push the pubic bone into the floor. Keep pulling forwards and then let the knees bend. There's slightly different movement in the lower back. Notice how it feels. Now, the next movement is if you have no shoulder injuries, back, knee, and it feels okay. We're going to reach back. And we're going to push our ankles into our hands. Lovely release. Push back again. Let's ease out the lower back. And in this position, so again, use the raised hands, fingers. I want you to rock your bottom a little bit from side to side so it allows the massage of the lower back. So if you've got your belly to the thighs, you'll get a really nice deep massage through the visceral organs into the kidneys. Lovely, come back up. Inhaling, exhaling. Into down dog. Let's walk our hands towards our feet. Soften the knees if you need to. Really let the body soften forwards. Notice the pauses. Be careful in the forward fold with a long held out breath if you've got low blood pressure naturally. And slowly, slowly, slowly roll up. So, carefully in class, turn your mats, because it's quite busy today, so that it faces this way. So there's lots of space. So we're going to use the earth sequence in stages, and I'm going to move through body into the awareness of observation of our emotions, and then we'll rise up into the experience on a soul level. So there's these different levels of experience as we move through the body. So hands to the heart space, Diamond Mudra. So just feeling the breath to start with. Breathe in. Pause at the top. Exhale. Slight pause. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just pay attention to how the body responds to the movement. Step out, toes rolling out. Dip or squat, somewhere in between. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to your right. Inhale, hands to the throat. Exhale, push the hands forwards. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, turn. All the way. Inhale. Exhale. Toes rolling in unless you've got hypermobility in the sacrum. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the heart space. Half around, that is. So now I want you to notice how you respond to the slowness if it's irritating you. Can you remember to pause? So we program, we're constantly doing. See if you can just pause. All right, so we'll go the other way. Down mudra. Inhale. Exhale. Feel how the exhale's so much better when you pause. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And also, if you think after the pause, I just need to sigh it. Sigh it out. Inhale. Turn. So also notice at the end of the exhale, when you pause and then you inhale, you're much more appreciative of the breath in. So this is the earth sequence, Prithvi Namaskar. Sometimes I like to imagine, and sometimes I actually do it on top of a mountain or a hill. And it allows you to really appreciate the fact that you're alive and what a miracle it is, really. The human body. So imagine you're standing on top of a mountain and there's nobody else there apart from you doing a bit of yoga. And as you come up, you see the view and it's amazing. Maybe there's a sunset or a sunrise. Maybe you practice with the eyes slightly closed, and then when you open them, this is in your imagination, that you realize that there's a load of animals just sitting there watching you. Actually happened to one of my teachers. She used to practice in a garden. And then when she opened her eyes, there was a deer standing opposite her, just looking at her. Okay, so now we're going to do it with a drishti point. So drishti point is an added way to gain focus. Drishti means gaze. And this one is going to be a soft open gaze. We're going to practice something to demonstrate how easy we can switch into fight and flight. So I want you to bring your eyes with a great determination and look at your fingertips. So you're actually staring at your fingertips and notice how it feels. Now we're going to bring the hands out so we can still see them. And let the eyes relax. So you now got a soft open gaze. So with a soft open gaze, I can see everybody in the room in front of me. And notice how it shifts the body's tension. So this is parasympathetic, so relaxation. This, bring it back, hyperfocus. This is sympathetic. Try it again. Notice it, you can feel it in the entire body, that it's a different type of gaze. And what we're after ultimately is to be able to see the tiny aspects of life from a bigger perspective. So we're not just focusing in on little things, but we can also see a bigger picture. Hands to the heart space. Now I want you to find just that soft open gaze. So I'm looking just towards the camera. Hi everybody. But I want you to just keep it really soft so you can also see those outer edges of the gaze line. Diamond Mudra. Breathe in nice and slowly. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice there's a shift in quality. We're still using the observation of the pauses. It can just be a split second's fine. Exhale. But there's this different quality now because we've got a wider perspective. And we can take that into life. Inhale. Exhale. There's always a bigger picture behind our interactions with others, and also behind the interaction of our own mind and our own stories. Turn to your right. Notice how you might have temporarily switched back into the sympathetic because you changed directions. Let it become soft again. Notice that switching in and out. So I want you to be able to notice this throughout the week, that we switch in and out. And if we don't regulate the nervous system, we stay in fight and flight. Nice and wide, toes slightly in. Feel the gaze still soft as you travel to the earth. Oh, wow. And again, notice that, you might be somebody who is quite busy. I know I am, and I can have a habit to rush. Notice how that shows out when I'm not asking you specifically, when you drop back into that rush. Just observing, observing. Good. Now for the time is it? Yes, for the last half, I'm going to add in a mantra. So I use this quite a lot in this posture. It's so hum, but it can also be ham so. So some traditions always teach it ham so hum. I came from a tradition where it taught you that you start with so hum, and eventually it will change to ham so, and it means I am that. So I want you to just take a moment to feel the thatness at your heart space. So as you drop your awareness to the heart, rather than letting it rest in the head, that constant dialogue of conversation and trying to make sense of things, I want you to feel from the heart. Bring the hands back into Namaste. And as you inhale, hear the sound so. Soft open gaze. Hum. Try it the other way. As you breathe in, hum. So. And then whichever way you find you want to work with it. Step out a little bit. Nice and slowly notice the tendency to rush. To your left. Hearing the breath mantra, either so hum or hum so. Slowly come to the floor. Comfortable sitting position. Have layers on if you need them. Relax the jaw, close the eyes. Bring the hands into the lap so one is on top of the other and the thumbs are touching. So if you put the left hand on top of the right, it activates the divine feminine. And if you put the right hand on top of the left, it activates the divine masculine. So whatever feels right for you to do today. Bring your attention into the heart space. And as you rest your attention in the heart space, become aware that there is an observer there. The observer is not the body, because you have a body and you're aware of the body, but you are the awareness that is aware of the body. It's not the emotions, because we have emotions, but we're aware of our emotions. You are the awareness that is aware of the emotions. Observing. You have thoughts, but we're not our thoughts. We are the awareness that is aware of the thoughts. Feel that presence at the heart space. Maybe there's an image that comes to mind as you sit with this awareness. Maybe it's just a sense of spaciousness. Maybe it's a beautiful particle of infinity. So each of us has this awareness within us at the heart space And if just for a moment you imagine a beautiful golden cord rising up from this particle, and it goes up through the crown of the head, up into the 8th chakra. It's part of that which is the soul. And that chakra, so the one above the crown, is the energy that we come in with. And it has all our energy of previous lifetimes, all the things that we've learnt, all the experiences of being on planet Earth. And then it drops a little bit down into us, into our physical vehicle, and then experiences this particular aspect of ourselves this time round. And then if you go even higher up above there, there's a 9th chakra which goes out of our own personal energy field. But there's only one 9th chakra for everybody and everything. One beautiful big ball of energy. So there isn't really any other. We're all one. We're all part of consciousness. It's just that we're all experiencing it differently because we're choosing to, consciousness wants to experience life in many different ways. So drop your attention back into the awareness, the witness at the heart space. And notice that all of us as individual parts of consciousness, we all tremble sometimes and we all know fear. But the key is to release fear and step into fearlessness. Turn to the one life pervading the universe, whose name dispels fear. Find the name resonating in the heart. So we know this one life pervading the universe by thousands of names through many traditions. But it's really unnameable. It is the thatness, which we can't really name. And find it in your heart. Luminosity permeates the universe. And the secret sound that hums everything into existence resounds everywhere. So this 9th chakra is everywhere. It's also inside each and every one of us. Listen to the inner sound continually and become lovers with the secret one. And as you go about your daily life, really notice when you're in fight and flight. It's very subtle. And when that happens, you take your attention to the heart space or your hand and just breathe out for longer than you're breathing in. And when you feel relaxed a little bit more, you bring your hand to the 2nd chakra and you reassure yourself that you're safe. Because many of us, when we were younger, didn't feel safe. And we're not blaming anybody else. It's just how it is to be human. So we need to take responsibility for ourselves. And when we do that, it will change the collective energy. When we all move from a place of fearlessness, compassion, impeccability, and gentleness. to ourselves and towards others. Bring the hands to the heart space. Inhale, gather up your Wiracocha, that 8th chakra that we put over everybody at the beginning of class. Pull it up and bring it back down through the midline, all the way down. Offer a little bit of that light into Mother Earth. And then pull up your own again, just into you. So we did everybody, and now we bring it into ourselves. And again, down to the earth. And namaste.